Phonak Lyric is truly an invisible hearing aid, providing the most natural amplification, giving you the closest thing to normal hearing on the market. Sounds perfect, right? Well, in today's video, we will be going over all the pros and all the cons and why this hearing aid could be exactly what you're looking for. So stay tuned. Now, although this sounds like the perfect hearing aid, the Lyric does have some underlying qualifications, which if these are not met, will disqualify you from even being able to try these devices out, which we will cover here in this video. Now, if you've never heard of the Phonak Lyric or you really don't know what it is, this is the world's only extended wear hearing aid. What that means is once these are inserted into your ears, you are to sleep with these devices. You are to shower with these devices. You are to wear these devices with any of your day-to-day activities, and you are to wear them 24/7. And since 2007, Phonak has released several iterations of the Lyric, starting with their Lyric 1, which was really revolutionary at the time, coming out with their newest iteration, the Lyric 4, back in 2020. And since then, they have improved comfort, sound quality, power consumption, so that these are really supposed to last several months at a time before having to be replaced. Now, of course, how long they last is dependent on your hearing loss and what kind of environments you spend most of your time in, whether that's noisy settings or whether that's quiet settings. So let's go over some of the pros and what I feel like makes this hearing aid so unique compared to other devices, and also a great option for a lot of people. First one being discretion. We are inserting this hearing aid about 4 millimeters away from your eardrum, so that even if somebody were to look directly into your ear canal, they're more than likely not going to be able to see it. And this is a highly sought after option by a lot of people, for obvious reasons. Now, another thing on top of that is this Lyric is also made from an extremely lightweight polyurethane material for maximum comfort, so that you are able to wear these for several months at a time with them being completely undetectable. Now, another pro that I would like to go over, which will be extremely valuable for a lot of people, is the required maintenance on these devices. And since these are an extended wear hearing aid, so again, you're wearing these 24/7, you're not having to take them out every day, there will be no required maintenance on your end. You won't need to charge these devices. You won't need to replace the batteries. You won't need to clean the devices. So the only thing you will need to do on your end is to go back into your local hearing care provider every 2 to 3 months, again, depending on your hearing loss and what kind of environment you're in most of the time. And you will need to have these devices replaced, which is a very quick process that takes about 10 minutes. Now, another great quality about the Lyrics is the premium sound quality that it provides. So the Lyrics are digitally programmable, but they do provide an analog amplification or linear amplification, which is agreed amongst most hearing care professionals out there to be a much higher form of sound quality than digitally processed amplification, which is most of the hearing aids on the market nowadays. So this linear amplification, 1-to-1 ratio, is going to provide the closest thing to our normal hearing that again is out on the market. Now, although these hearing aids do provide a lot of amazing qualities and amazing features, which would be very ideal for a lot of hearing aid wearers, there are a couple of what could be potential concerns for some hearing aid wearers regarding convenience. One of the things that could be a little bit of an inconvenience for some wearers is having to come into your local hearing aid clinic every couple of months, especially if you're a traveler. Now, the good news is if you are traveling and you already have Lyrics, you are going to be provided what's called a Lyric ID number by Phonak themselves. And this number will allow you to go to any Lyric certified provider in the world to have your Lyrics replaced, and usually for a small fee. Now, if you do happen to stumble upon one of our locations here at American Medical Hearing Centers, we'll replace them for free for you. And so before you travel, it's always a good idea, especially if you have Lyrics, to look for a Lyric certified provider in the area that you'll be traveling to, just in case for any reason you might need to take them out or you might need to have them replaced. Now, another what could be a potential problem, which is very person dependent, is going to be the physical comfort. Now, although these are made out of a very lightweight polyurethane material that's supposed to be very comfortable, because you are putting a foreign object in your ear and you are leaving it there 24/7, there is a good chance your ears can reject them. Our ears are not supposed to have anything in there 24/7. So the first 24 hours of you wearing these devices are going to be very telling at whether or not you can be successful with them. And if you are trying Lyrics and you are experiencing a strong discomfort or pain, make sure you go back in to see your local hearing care provider immediately to have them replaced. Now, for any reason, if you cannot get back into your local hearing care provider immediately and you are experiencing strong discomfort, you will be provided what's called a sound link tool, and you will be able to remove the devices yourselves in case of an emergency. Now, another thing to note, which again isn't so much of a con, but more of a preference, and the lyrics will not be Bluetooth compatible, meaning no streaming these to your cell phone for phone calls or music, and you will not have any kind of app or application to be able to hook them up to adjust volume or anything like that, which again is kind of preference. And if you're looking for something that's going to be the closest thing to natural hearing, typically you aren't going to want to have to mess with your devices. And as long as we do our jobs properly, you won't have to. Now, going back to the beginning of the video, if you remember me saying there are some underlying qualifications which, if are not met, will disqualify you from even being able to try these devices. And we call these contraindications. One of the contraindications is if you've had any radiation therapy to the neck or to the head. Another contraindication is any middle ear conditions such as cholesteatoma, perforated eardrum, or any pressure equalization tubes. If you've had any of those done or any of those middle ear conditions, that will disqualify you from being able to try the lyric devices. Now, some noteworthy considerations which will not disqualify you from wearing the devices, but should absolutely be reviewed with your hearing care professional, is if you regularly have MRI testing done, or if you regularly swim underwater, or scuba dive, or skydive, or if you have any skin sensitivities. If you are experiencing any of these, again, it won't necessarily disqualify you, but it does need to be reviewed with your hearing care professional. Now, another noteworthy consideration, and the last noteworthy consideration, is that the lyrics do have a specific fitting range that your hearing loss needs to fall within. Now, although the lyrics do cover the majority of hearing losses that we see out there, if your hearing loss falls outside of the fitting range, these will not be the best option for you. Now, I will put up a graph for you to see what that fitting range looks like, but the lyrics will cover up to a 60 decibel hearing loss in the lower frequency ranges, while covering up to a 90 decibel hearing loss in the higher frequency ranges. And so, assuming that you are not experiencing any of the contraindications that we had discussed, as well as the lyrics fitting range will cover your hearing loss, what you should experience is a great deal of convenience and extraordinary sound quality, hopefully improving your hearing and improving your quality of life. All right, everybody, thank you so much for watching the video all the way through. I hope this video was helpful, and if it was, to please subscribe and like this video. That will help this channel grow and will allow me to continue to make videos for you. If you have any questions, please leave them down in the comment section below. I will look through all of them for you and answer any questions that you might have. Again, thank you for watching the video, and we'll see you in the next one.